Hi friends, welcome to my channel once again. Welcome to Daily Code Challenge. All right, so today is day 29, right? Wow. I'm so excited to have you here and also very excited to be here. So today we have another very interesting challenge as always. So let me simply just close day 28. By the way, day 28, we did something very interesting. For those of you that have missed it, day 28 was very, very interesting. The challenge we did was very interesting and also very tricky, right? So you might just want to look at it and then watch it and just share your thoughts on it, right? We would really love to hear from you. Okay, all right. So let me close this and close day 28 and zoom in a bit. All right, so this is what we have for day 29. It says last index. Last index. It says write a function last index that takes in a string and a character. The function should return the last index where the character can be found in the string. So here are the invoked functions we have and the expected values they are supposed to return, right? Okay, so let's look critically into what this challenge is all about. Let's read it again. It says, write a function last index that takes in a string and a character. That means here we have two parameters, right? A string and a character. The function should return the last index where the character can be found in the string. Okay, so what to understand by this is, for instance, this is the character. And we want to check the index, the last index at which this character can be found in this string. Here we can see that A can be found here and here. So we are concerned with this last index which A occupies. Same thing to I. I appears in four different index, right? So we are very concerned with the last index at which I is positioned here. Same goes to O. Same goes to M. So how can we write a function to implement this? All right, so let's start by writing the function keyword. We say function, and the function name is called last index. Last index. And then here, the parameters we have two parameters. One is string and the other is character. So I'll simply just name it char for character. Or some people call it char, right? All right, so the next thing we want to do is we need to loop through each string argument. We need to loop through all of this, right? Loop through all of this. So we are going to use a for loop in this case. We say for, we change index to I, change array to string since we don't have an array variable. Then we take out this line of code as well. Okay, so looking at line 7, it says let I equal 0, I less than string dot length, I plus plus. What this means is that we are going to be looping through the first value of the string, then in steps of 1 until we get to the last index of the last character, or rather the index of the last character. That's what line 7 simply means. That means we'll be counting from here, from left to right. So in this challenge, we are expected to loop through every character until we get to the last index where the character argument here can be found. So that's what the challenge is all about. But hey, technically, what we need to do is not to start our counting from the left, rather, we simply just count from the right. So that the first occurrence of this character found in this string, we look for its index. And that index is simply the last index of the occurrence of this character. I believe you get what that means, right? Okay, so we are not counting from the left to right anymore because that's going to take a whole lot. Rather, we will be counting from the right to the left. And the moment we begin our count from the right, the first appearance of this character here, we find its index, and that's going to be the last index of this character. So how can we put this in code? We have to do some adjustment to line 7. So instead of moving from left to right, we have to move from right to left. That's backward. That means we change this plus plus to minus minus. And then that means that we are moving from the last to the first. We simply remove this string dot length, then we place it here and say -1. So in JavaScript, a string dot length -1 gives us the last index of that string itself. Having done this, now where do we want our loop to stop? We want it to stop at I less than or equal to 0. That means that I is going to move from the last index to anywhere in between the first index and the first index inclusive. So we save this, and then the next thing we want to do is we want to write a condition. We need to have a condition, and the condition, it is going to tell us when a character in the string is equal to the character here, right? So the character in the parameter or in the argument, once it's equal to any of these characters we have here, and don't forget we are starting from the right. So the moment it gets to any point that it finds the first occurrence of itself, we find the index of that character. So what that means is that we say if string I equals character, right? That's a code implementation to that. What do we need to do? We need to find the index of that character. And in this case, this line 8 here, we can see that when we start our counting from the right, once it gets to this point, that means that this part is equal to this part, right? And we need to return the index of this. And don't forget, this A here, it represents I. Therefore, we simply say return I. So let's save this and then let's run our code to see what we've done. Oh, okay. So we have undefined. Why do we have undefined here? Something must be wrong. Okay, so let's take our time to check for what is wrong. Okay, all right. So I think I have seen the mistake. Here we said I less than or equal to 0. That means that I is going to be 0 or less than 0. And we know that 0 means the first index of a string or of an array. And this is not going to work out fine. So instead of less than or equal to, it has to be greater than or equal to. So we save this and let's run again. Oh, okay. So here we have 3957, which is the same thing as the expected result that is given here, 3597. So that's it. That's how to find the last index of a character in a string. And this is also applicable when you want to find the last index of a character in an array also. Because when it comes to strings and array, they have almost similar mode of operation, right? If you get what I'm saying, if you can work very well with string, you shouldn't have much problems working with an array. All right, so with this, we've come to the end of today's code challenge, and I'm so excited that you were able to join us, and thank you very much, and I hope to see you tomorrow as well. Yeah, thanks very much and have a nice time. Bye.